Hi, and welcome to Amalgam Nation. I had recorded a different ranting vid for this week instead of a game vid, but I want to do something different, something that keeps popping up into my life, and it happens when I'm trying to relax. I'm watching a vid online through one of the sites that we all basically use these kinds of sites. No, it's not porn. It's an anime streaming website that isn't 100% legit, so I'm not going to post links to it. If you really want to find it, just Google watch anime online for free. That's how I found it. So, when I'm watching a vid, there's these ads on the vids, and the vids are just embedded in the site. They're not actually hosted by the site. So if a vid goes down, the site can't do anything about it really. There's been one or two films on it that I went to watch and they were no longer there, they weren't available in my area and things like that because they were being streamed from, they were embedded from a different site and they were streaming from a different site. So that site had these policies enabled that meant I couldn't watch them here in Ireland. So as I said, they've got these ads in them, and it's beyond the control of the website itself. The big ad on either side of the website that advertises a new MMO or this mobile game or that mobile game, that is entirely under their control, and I tend to block it out most of the time. Occasionally, I come across one that looks interesting, I go check it out, and then I lose interest in it fairly fast because it's generally one of those generic cookie cutter MMO games that are all the same, basically. Not that all MMOs are the same, but the thing that really annoys me about this is there's this one ad I keep coming across. It's a PlayStation 4 ad, and I have a PlayStation 4 right here beside me. Ironically, with my new Xbox One, the Xbox One is sitting on top of the PlayStation 4, because of the fact that I don't have much room to put to lay these things out properly at the moment. So the Xbox One vents air out the top, PlayStation 4 vents air out the back. So I put the Xbox One, which is bigger, on top of the PlayStation 4. Now the ad in particular comes on with this douchey sounding music. At least to me it's very douchey sounding music, and it starts off with this really skinny guy dancing his way into across the screen, basically into a wardrobe, and he opens up the wardrobe and there's, I don't know how many controllers in there, but there's all different kinds of different PlayStation 4 controllers in different colors and limited edition ones and things like that, and they're all hanging on the wall. He's got these specially crafted controller mounts, controller brackets on the wall to put the controllers in, and he picks up one, and the ad goes on to him leaving his apartment, and he's in a hall, and two friends come out, one girl and one guy, and it says such and such has joined and such has joined, as if though they're playing a game. And the thing that annoys me about that is not one of these people in this ad strike me as a gamer. Like, I don't know any gamer I know would not hang their controllers up in a wardrobe. I'd love to have one of those brackets for my controllers. I'd put them on the side of my desk. I'd put them on the wall beside my desk. If there was a wall instead of a window beside the desk, that is. There will be when I rearrange things, but that's for a different time. I've been meaning to do it for a while, so I'll get there eventually. But I won't have the wall brackets, but if I did, I would put them somewhere close to where I'm going to be playing games. Also, you see him standing in front of like a 50-inch plasma screen TV or something. I don't know what type of TV it is, but it was a massive TV, and he's taken this controller from the wardrobe that I mentioned, and he acts like he's playing a game. And then you see him throwing a grappling hook onto the frame of the window nearby and jumping out. All of a sudden, it's Uncharted footage, I think it is, for the Uncharted game for the PlayStation 4, and your man goes down, and it's actual footage from the game. Then it cuts to a bunch of people outside acting douchey. There's game characters just standing around as if though they're all preparing to play this game, and it makes no sense. And then he looks at the screen in the most obnoxious, douchebaggy way. As in, when I see this vid, I literally want to reach through the screen and bitch slap this bastard. I want to bitch slap him into oblivion. And it really annoys me because it comes up then and it says the PlayStation 4 slogan, PS4 for the gamers, or for the players, or whatever the fuck it is. I can't remember off by heart because I don't like the ad and I try and block it out. And the reason I'm recording this vid, and it's pretty long so far, it's like approaching 6.5 minutes and I'm still not done, is I was about to watch an episode of Avengers Assemble on this website because I don't have TV stations in my room. I use streaming to watch them. If it was up on Netflix, I'd watch it on Netflix, and so on. But this is where I watch most of the cartoons and anime. And yes, I do still enjoy cartoons, and if you're going to rip the piss out of me for, go the fuck ahead. I don't give a fuck. But as I said, the ad comes on every single time I click play. An ad comes up. I don't mind them having ads. I'm used to it. But this ad is just annoying as fuck. Because what has PlayStation done for gamers or the players? They've done nothing. They have sneakily released a version of backwards compatibility for PlayStation 2 games with no information about whether they're going to release backwards compatibility for PlayStation 1 for PS1 games or PlayStation 1 games. And they've acted like, we didn't want to put that out there. We didn't want people to know this was coming because we just sent this gamer this PlayStation bundle for the new Star Wars Battlefront game, and with the release of Star Wars The Force Unleashed coming out, we wanted them to do a review of this particular Star Wars Battlefront PlayStation limited edition thing, I believe it was, and they gave them a bunch of other Star Wars games as codes to play the game on the console. So they enter the code into whatever, the PlayStation Store or whatever it is, and they get this game, they download it, and off you go. You could play it, and the reviewers then apparently noticed, well, hang on a second, this isn't a HD remake. This isn't a port to the PS4 either. This is emulation of a PlayStation 2 game. And they say that they go on to say that it's a good thing. And I agree, backwards compatibility is a good thing. But there's no information about this other than the fact that PlayStation apparently didn't mean for the information to get out there just yet. That they're not ready for it to be announced, and whatever their reasoning for their bullshit is, but that it's not meant to have been announced yet. It's not officially announced yet. There's no further information. Do I still have to buy the games again to play them? Because if it's digital only and I can't stick a PlayStation 1 disc into the console or a PlayStation 2 disc into the console to play it, then that's not true backwards compatibility in my opinion. They'd basically be saying to you what they already say, which is, oh, you want to play, say, Final Fantasy VII? Give us your money. Oh, you don't want a port. You want to play the original one, the way it was originally meant to be played, but emulated and upscaled so that it doesn't look crappy on the HD screens that we didn't know existed yet when we made the game. So, give us your money. That's the way it seems to me, because these guys got digital games that played, and It's great that they played, but I've got some PlayStation 2 games. I've got some PlayStation 1 games. I have the discs. What if I want to play the disc instead? Can I play the disc? Will I? Well, at the moment, I can't. But will I be able to if they release this backwards compatibility? Was this PlayStation specifically modified for these reviewers by PlayStation who sent them the console? I have no idea. I hope it wasn't, and I hope they bring in true backwards compatibility, because I've had the PlayStation 4 since the summer. I've enjoyed some great games on it, and I'm not going to name the games because I don't review PlayStation 4 games just yet. I might review some in 2016 that came out in 2014, but I won't be reviewing that many PlayStation 4 games for now, and I won't be well, at least not on this channel. I will be using the newer consoles to do reviews of games in my magazine, but I will not be doing the reviews of these newer games on my channel. If some friends of mine that I've invited to come on board with the Amalgamation channel want to review some newer games and put the reviews up on the channel, there's no problem with that. The channel is not against any particular type of game except for sports games, which a lot of my friends agree with me on that one, that sports games on console or even on PC, kind of a waste of money. I mean, let me see, how much did Halo 5 cost me? $69.99, so €70. €70 for a brand new Xbox One game. The Sword Art Online game I bought last week, well, now 2 weeks ago now, nearly 2 weeks ago now. Not Sunday gone, but the one before. So 2 weekends ago, I bought this Sword Art Online game for the PS4. I have yet to play it. I'll probably play it after I'm finished recording this rant. But that cost me €70, and it's a game I'd been looking forward to play. That's why I spent €70 on it. I'd been looking forward to the release of it. Forgot it was coming out. Lost track of when it was coming out, and then I came across it at a convention and was like, oh my god, I actually have the money to buy this game. This is a game I've been waiting for. I'm going to get it. I was actually that excited to buy it. I just went, here, take my money, my game. And I'm happy I have it. I like the anime, and I'm pretty sure I'll at least enjoy the game somewhat. The gameplay, I don't know because I haven't checked it out yet. I may or may not enjoy it. It might not be up to what I have in my head for what a Sword Art Online game should be like, but at least it's a game, and it's not a game of the anime. It's a game based on the anime. It has its own story. So that should be at least partially interesting to me. It should fix my thing of always wanting more from things I enjoy. Like, I have literally cried when things ended because I was like, wait, what happens next? And as I said, like, I want to play that game, but I like the fact that I can stick the disc in, and backwards compatibility is all about that. Now, the Xbox One, I got it yesterday. On Sunday, the 22nd of November, I got the Xbox One. I have only got one Xbox One. Well, technically I have two. I might as well say this now. I'll do a giveaway to whoever comments below first saying they want a FIFA 2016 for the Xbox One. It came free with the console. It's a code, so I don't have to give you the disc. You don't have to meet me if you don't want to. I will message you the code for this game. The first one to comment saying they want it, because I don't want it. I got it free with my console. I thought it was going to be a physical disc that I could trade in. When I found out it wasn't, I just went, fuck it, give it away. So whoever wants it, just be the first one to comment down below, I want that game. I'll then contact you with my Xbox information, so you can add me as a friend, and I'll message you through Xbox the code so that you can add it to your Xbox. That way, you can also chat to me. If you have Halo 5, you can play it with me and see how shit I am at those first-person shooter games. Especially Halo. I suck at it. I haven't played a Halo game since the first Halo game. I think I have another one somewhere around here. Halo Reach, I think it is somewhere on one of my shelves, or probably on the floor somewhere in its case, because I'm not very careful. But that brings me back to the thing that annoys me about that ad. Your man's got them hanging up in his wardrobe, away from the console. I've got my Xbox One controller right beside my PS4 controller, and they're not even a foot away from my chair when I'm sitting at my computer for recording gameplay footage and for playing games, because I've got my TV and monitors all on the one shelf. I've got my PlayStation 3 hooked up here as well. I know it sounds like I'm bragging that I have all these cool things, and I really shouldn't have them. I owe loads of people thank yous for helping me to get the things I get. Not that they paid for them, really. They just helped me get them sooner rather than later. Like, I'd have gotten this Xbox in 3 weeks instead of this week if I didn't have the help of a very good friend. So I don't get why PlayStation think, oh, this ad is going to be great, it's going to encourage people to play our games. If they want us to play our games, stop hiding information from us. Stop lying to us about what your console can do or what this game can do. The PlayStation 4 can play 1080p games. I'm not sure of any resolution higher than that it can play, because, to be honest, I don't research all these things all that much, unless I'm specifically doing a vid about the features of it, which I may or may not do. I don't know. The Xbox One, I actually looked up I watched a vid on YouTube about it, and apparently the Xbox One is capable of outputting to a 4K monitor in 4K resolutions. There's no games that run at 4K for the Xbox One, and there's no games capable of running at 4K for the Xbox One. So I'm not saying the Xbox One has better graphics than PlayStation 4. I haven't done a comparison, and I don't. To be honest, I can barely tell the difference between Xbox One graphics and PlayStation 4 graphics and PC graphics, other than that my PC games feel a little bit smoother than their PlayStation counterparts and so on. But that could just simply be I'm more used to the PC, or the PC's got so much hardware and power behind it that it's able to smooth out things that these console peasant things, as they're often referred to by the PC master race guys. Oh, and you can't see me, but I've been doing air quotations while saying those things, like console peasant and PC master race. Every time I say them, I do air quotes. It's an automatic thing, because as you know, my slogan is play to game and game to play, and in a nutshell, that means play for fun. Don't give a fuck about what anybody tells you about this game or that game. You don't have to give a fuck about my opinion about any of this. Just play what you enjoy and enjoy what you play, basically. That's the gist of what my slogan means, and I honestly believe that. I've got my Xbox One because I want the HDMI pass-through feature, because I didn't have enough HDMI sockets to have everything I wanted hooked up at the same time. So I got that instead of buying a new TV. I bought a new console because I'll get more use out of this new console than I will out of a new TV. I've got the PlayStation 4 because I'm a Final Fantasy fan, and they released Final Fantasy Typo HD earlier this year, and I bought a copy of it for the PlayStation 4 about 4-5 months before I got a PlayStation 4. So I chose to get the PlayStation 4 first. If I'd chosen to get for the Xbox One, I'd have had an Xbox One first, and instead of getting the Xbox One on Sunday, I would have gotten the PlayStation 4 on Sunday, because I would have wanted to get that. But like I said, their ads aren't representing gamers at all. At this point, I can honestly say I prefer Microsoft Xbox One over the PlayStation 4 for the simple fact of the matter that they have true backwards compatibility. As we speak, I'm downloading now it is a digital copy of it, but I bought it as a digital copy for my Xbox 360. I'm downloading Assassin's Creed 2, one of my favourite games, and I'm downloading it onto my Xbox One. I've no clue how far the download is. In fact, I should probably check on that, because when it's done, I want to see if it upscales the graphics a little bit and makes them look neater. So hang on, just going through. You can probably hear that actually. There we go, my games and apps. 61% installed, so a good while to go yet. And back to the pass-through, which is called TV, because the pass-through is officially meant to be used as a thing for connecting your Sky Digibox up to the Xbox One and controlling it through your Xbox One, making the Xbox One a media center and things like that. And I've been saying Xbox One a lot, but I like that pass-through feature. I like the fact that I've got backwards compatibility. They've released a list of 100 games for the Xbox 360 that can play on your Xbox One. And that is a case of stick disc in and play. As long as your Xbox One's up to date, stick disc in, play. 100 games. They're going to release more games and more games and more games for, at least that's the plan they've announced. And that to me is a lot better than what Sony did with the PlayStation 3. Oh, we'll release a console with backwards compatibility. Yes, you can play PlayStation 2 games on the first model that got released. You can play PlayStation 1 games on it as well. You can install Linux on it, turn it into a computer. Great console at launch. Towards the end of its life, could you install Linux on it? No, we blocked that with firmware. Could you play PlayStation 1 games? I don't think you can. I'm not too sure about that one, but I don't think you can. If somebody has a PlayStation 3 that is the slimline one, please check to see if you can play PlayStation 1 games on it. I'd be interested to know about that. I won't be buying a slimline one because I prefer my consoles big and chunky, with the exception of one, and only one console where I like the slim version, and that is the PS1. And I love Sony consoles that had backwards compatibility, and I know the PS1 doesn't, but it's kind of impossible to have backwards compatibility for something that didn't exist. The PS1 was the first, hence the name PS1. Unlike the Xbox One, which I don't like the name of it because it's the third Xbox. So it's kind of weird in name, but in features it's a lot better. They're adding things. The only thing they've taken away is the Kinect, which I don't have a Kinect. I kind of wish I did so that I could yell at my Xbox, "Motherfucker, play porn," and it'll play porn. Although I don't think it does that one, but you get the drift. I want to be able to shout at my console and have it do stuff for me, rather than me having to pick up the controller, cycle through menu after menu, and go find what I'm looking for. I want to be able to control it with my voice. And on the previous generation, I liked one feature that they did with the Xbox 360 and the Kinect. If you played Skyrim on the Xbox 360 and you have a Kinect and you still have Skyrim for your Xbox 360, use your Kinect. When you want to shout, just shout at your Kinect. The game actually interprets your shouting as your character shouting, and your character will do one of their shouts, so you can actually reassign that button that is specifically for shouts to something more useful if there is something that needs to have a button reassigned to it. So free up a button, and that was a handy feature. I wish we could have had something like that on PC where I play Skyrim so that I could yell into my microphone and have my character shout, and all the mods I have, there's so many other things that I could bind to keys on my controller, because yes, I game with using a controller a lot of the time on the PC, but this has been a 25 approaching 26 minute long rant about bullshit, and the entire rant itself is bullshit. If you've watched this to the end, then thank you very much. If not, I don't know who I'm thanking, so this is the end of this vid. But once again, this is all being bullshit, but PlayStation are the biggest bullshit artists at the moment with PS4 for the players, when they want you to spend €380 at the moment on a console, because Europe has yet to receive the price cuts that America and Japan have received. We have still got to pay €70 per game for a base copy of the game. They want a lot of the games now, and this part is down to manufacturers, want you to buy season passes. So Ubisoft with a season pass for Assassin's Creed Unity are promising you something unspecified. They're saying, we're going to release content and this season pass entitles you to that content, when you could just wait and see what the content is. Because I myself have never had a season pass for a game. Slightly curious about them because I've never had one. I'm curious to see what it'd be like if it doesn't make a difference, not having to worry about, oh crap, did I buy that new expansion for such and such a game. But it's not my thing, so I don't buy them, because 60 quid for the base game, on average 20 to 40 euros for a season pass, depending on the game and how much content they have planned. They're cutting off bits of the game and calling them day one DLC that you can only get by pre-registering for the game or pre-purchasing the game and things like that. And I've passed the 27-minute point in this vid, when I'd already said I was going to end it nearly 2 minutes ago now. So I'm going to end this now properly. Thank you for listening to this vid, this very long vid for me. Not that there's any vid play to it. Thank you for listening to me ranting on. If you're a PlayStation fan, let me know in the comments below. I'll add you on PlayStation Network. We can play whatever games I have that you have together that have multiplayer. Same goes for Xbox. I don't want to post the things down below at the moment because I don't want people trolling me, to be honest. If you're going to troll me, just do it in the comments where I can ignore it if I so choose, or troll back and tell you to get fucked. So, goodbye. As always, remember, play to game and game to play.